Okay, making a little short video here. This is the table finished. I think most of you's already seen it. I'm gonna put a few more of these little rollers here across the end because I'm gonna be putting some sheets on by the end here before it's over with. I may just end up putting them all the way around. But a guy wanted me to do a little video more on, I built a box here, the controls and stuff. Just a simple, I just got a light switch here for turns it off and on. Just got a fan up there. And I used the MyPlasm CNC controller. Very, very nice. I love it. It's the best one I've ever had. I've had to use CNC, which everybody brags on. It is a very nice board and system. But man, there is tons and tons of settings in that board and software. I was running it for a couple months, and I just got started getting familiar with most of the settings. But there's a lot in that. They don't really need, in my opinion. It just depends on what you're doing. But this is the board. It's very easy to wire up. 24 volts. As you can see right there for the power supplies. I have two 48 volt power supplies wired together. And they're turned halfway down. These are variable. If you can see the little roller switch up there, you can adjust the voltage. And I turned them down to 24 volts a piece. And they're wired together where they produce together 48 volts. But the amps is up there. They're only running half volume, half throttle with turned down to 24 volts. That way they ain't gonna overheat. These are better power supplies. They do have fans in them. The fans do not come on unless it calls for heat. And I have never heard it once, fan come on calling for heat. So that means they're running cool. These are my drivers. As you can see, these are good drivers. Automation Technologies. They're KL-5056E, 48 volt drivers. There's a lot you can do with them and adjust them and stuff. I just took and put everything how I wanted it on my bench spacing. Then I measured it and made it a little bit bigger and made my cabinet. And I got a couple of these little boards here, strips. It's got like this is a neutral one on this side. That's the 48 volts coming off these two to feed my drivers. That's where the drivers are all getting their power from, each one of them. And pretty much on the board, it tells you everything where everything's going to. You got your home X, your home Y, home Z, E-stop. I'm getting ready to put in here. Metal detect, collision. I got a collision head on mine, which I recommend very highly. And I just bought this switch. It's an E-stop switch. And it does come with a box to put somewhere, but I think I'm gonna mount it on my door here. I was gonna mount it on my table right here or up on top. But for me to do that, I'll have to take all this stripping apart, the plastic chain. And that's a booger. I have to take it all apart, run new wire all the way back through and cut all my strips. These are going to be better done up when I get this metal moved and stuff. This whole room and stuff in here, the walls are coming out. I got another big room over here on the other side. It's like a 32 by 18. I'm getting ready to pour concrete in, insulate it very well, new ceiling in it. And I'll have it heated and air conditioned. Everything I got's going out there, even my powder coating booth I'm putting out there. So everything will be out there and get my shop back. But there's nothing to wire in these. This is very simple board to wire. And I got everything labeled, you know what I'm saying? I know where everything goes to. And you could trace each wire if you wanted to, but like I said, this is a nice board and it's very simple to hook up. I got these little ends, the red ends and stuff like that. It goes on this 18 gauge wire. I got 18 gauge shielded. And them's really nice ends that go on the wires. You strip them, stick the wires in it, and it comes with a crimper. that crimps them all the way around, and that's really good. Don't know what else you want to see in here. It's kind of a mess. I was going to make it a lot neater, but you get in a hurry. You know how it is. Maybe one of these days, get bored, I might take the zip tie all together a lot easier. But I did go with 18 gauge wire on these because I knew I was going to be putting bigger motors on at one time. I'm still with NEMA 23 425 ounce motors, but that's going to change sometime. This one here is just a little, I think it's 12 volt, I believe. It's just for this fan only. That way, when I flip this switch on, the fan comes on. You can see it on that side. And you can see these are digital readout, the voltage on each one of them, roughly whatever they are. I can't see the other one. And then our nice power supplies, about 50 bucks a piece. There's your board. It lights up and flashes and tells you things. This does come with the THC for the money, and the THC I have not had any problems with. I was told not to mount the interface of the THC in this box because of high frequency. So my THC or interface is over there against the wall, just so you know. That way that's by the cutter. That's part of this board. It's for the control height, and that's where it's at. But you do see them on the site at Proma in the boxes, so I don't know. I was told not to put it in. I didn't. I've never tried to change it back. It may be fine. I do recommend, I have a plug-in thing here, surge protector. The electric goes out on this. It's still got electric and such. So electric goes out, it's running off that, and I got it unplugged here right now. So it just don't kill it in a heartbeat, and you know, mess something up electronically or something. But I don't know much more to show you. I do recommend the collision head I was talking about. Anyway, it hits something, it tilts up, and these little lights here, they'll stop it dead, just dead in its tracks. This is a really nice Z-axis, and you can see it's got the other switch. It's a floating head. It's all the way up right now. I did raise my X-axis up quite a ways where it's taller in case I might want to cut some square tubing one of these days or something. The other one was really close to it. But as far as the program goes, let me see. This is the program. You can download it for free. And I do like it because, like right down here, I already got places on here. I got like 14 gauge steel. I've already got my settings I like. It puts them in there automatically for me. All this. The cutting speed. Then it's got a second speed for lower speeds when it's under a certain 2 inches or something. It slows down to this speed. Your cut height, your voltage. And it does say if you put your mouse over here somewhere, 0 is automatic right there, THC. But I tried it both ways, and I haven't liked it when it's on 0. I like it better putting in what it calls in the book for whatever the voltage. And this is kind of a delay here, how long it takes before it starts moving. But each one of these, I like, you can just store them. You hit Control S, as in Sam, for saving stuff. And I got a 16 gauge. I got, all them on here, what I've been cutting at, and it's worked good. And there's 3/8 and stuff. So that's good. And you got over here underneath this little gear, you got a whole bunch of settings in here. This is soft limits, where you really don't even have to have no switches on this. You set your soft limits, and you can go full blast one end, the other, and it'll stop wherever you set it at. And I do have switches on here manual for when I home it over here on this setting right here, this ref XYZ is for homing. I always do that when I first turn it on. That works off the manual switches. But and this here is the gear, however far it moves in 1 revolution. You need to know this precisely down to the T. I do have the 3-to-1 drives on there, so it's a little bit different. I still don't have these set to the perfectness I want it. I'm gonna be messing with these maybe today, but that's for the X and Y, and your Z ones over here. So then you got functions on here. There's a bunch of stuff. This is for parking. The parking is where you can hit I think Control F1, and it goes to where you got it set at on the table. It'll go full blast down to the other end where you usually start off a new sheet. I got it for halfway down the table. It's in one of them's for almost home, and it's really handy. That's your main setup. I'm using the Hypertherm 45 XP, so that's all 50-to-1 on this one, and THC speed and all that. I got everything set to where it's green at so far. Not saying I won't change it if I have to change some steps in here. You want everything where it's green, because if you change these to a different one, it'll be yellow, or it may even be red. You know what I'm saying? I don't recommend. So here's a red one not to use. So pretty much want to stick to whatever is green for you. So that's where I'm at so far. Like I said, it's a very easy program. I really like it. I like the ability, if I'm working on a cut right here and I left, I didn't get to finish it, you can actually go in here, put your mouse on anywhere you want to, right, double click. It gives you so many options. Move the torch to here, cut here from path, cut path from this point, or you can move it back to 0, where you started off at. I mean, there's so much options you got. You can have this thing to cut anywhere you want it to. And I couldn't do that on my other tables. So that is very nice in case your tip goes bad, blows out, you got to restart it, a cut. That's what I like about this program more than anything. And there's a lot more to it, but I'm not going to get into that. But it is a nice program. I just want to show a little bit and touch base with it. So anything else you might need a video of or something, holler. It's all good. Plus you need some good, make sure you got dry air. My 60-gallon air tank on the other side comes in above. It comes down to this extra tank. The air comes across, hits the other side, and drops down. And I got another gauge on here. I know what air pressure I have, but I get a little water out of here. You ain't seen none that time. But that's the only place I've ever had a little moisture. It then goes to these 3/4 copper line things I built here. They just go up, come back down. You know, there's a place to open them. I've never had any water come out of any of these at all. But they go up and down 3 different times, 6 lines. They go out of this. I got them coming in here to this HTP Dry Max 5-stage filter system. This one here's got a gallon of them little beads, and whatever you say, that decimate, whatever they are, beads. Normal, they're purple, and they're pink when they're moist and ready to take out and put in the oven and dry them out, and they turn purple again. But this has been here close to 1.5 years, and there's a little sight glass down here, and they're still purple. I do believe I'm gonna go ahead and change them out. It's been here 1.5 years. There's bound to be some pink ones in there. I'm gonna go ahead and open it here next week and see what it looks like. But I'm really impressed. You know, it's been 1.5 years, so I got dry air. You got dry air, them consumables and stuff you got on here will last forever. I've cut in 4 sheets with major piercing before I had to replace a tip on here. My other cutter I had to do, I've been lucky done a couple, maybe half a sheet, and it would already be due. So dry air makes a huge difference. Anything else might help you with, let me know. See ya.